What about the parents that are on their knees begging for help? What about the children that are continuing to scream and yell, not knowing what they're going through and not knowing what they're doing? What about the parents just begging for some answers? Well, I might be able to help you with that. My name is Jacob Preble, and at the age of 3, I was diagnosed with autism, and I didn't recover until age 15. And it took me years and years of therapy. Some of the struggles that I went through, just for me as a child, with autism, I remember being locked in my room 12 hours a day, just with therapists, every day, 12 hours a day in my room. They were just trying to get me to talk, 12 hours a day, literally non-stop. I have to wake up at 6 a.m. and we have these speech cards, and I would look at these cards, I remember, and if there was a picture of a red truck, I'd have to tell the therapist what the car was. If it was a red truck, I'd say if it looked like a fire truck. But the hardest part for me was feeling like you didn't fit in with all the other kids, feeling like you weren't worth it, feeling like your brain just had a fog in it and you didn't know what was going on. I overcame those struggles by a lot of just, discipline. My parents, they would push me. They would wake me up with a therapist every morning. We would be grinding. We would be doing. I would have speech sessions literally every day. And basically the way I overcame everything was just, I kept going with my therapist. I kept on believing. I kept, showing the faith. I kept doing what they told me to do. I tried to listen as best as I could. Whenever I tried to calm down with the therapist, I tried everything I could, all the techniques. Some of the struggles that I deal with now personally, anxiety. I struggle with anxiety, a lot of anxiety, all the time. There's days where, there was a month ago I was in the emergency room because I was shaking and I thought I was dying. I literally was shaking nonstop. I thought my life was ending. I literally had to go to the emergency room because all I was feeling was sweaty, like shakiness, sweatiness, OCD, like just having all this all this stress that I've never felt before. I had to go to the doctor and I needed them to tell me that everything was going to be okay. To any of the parents or kids out there, to anybody that has a child with autism, or to any kid that has autism, I just want you to know that your kid has hope. That the things that I've accomplished, know that your child can accomplish it, whether it's to driving a car on the freeway, whether it's to trying to become, if you have a dream, you can always accomplish it if you believe in yourself and you take the right steps towards recovering. Whether it's, you're trying to become a model, if you have a dream of being a professional sports player, don't let your condition determine who you are. You are what you believe you are. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you believe you are worth it, you are worth it. Just because you have a condition or you're autistic, don't try to hide that, parents. I've seen people hide that. Don't hide that. You don't hide your condition. You need to be open about it, because when you're open about it, good things can happen. You talk to people, you communicate, because you gotta back yourself. You gotta, as a child or a parent, you gotta be open to the possibility that your kid can get through this, that he can be a normal kid, that he could accomplish so many things. He could run a business. He can drive a car. He can raise a family. He can buy a house. He could find a great job. He could find a beautiful woman. He could fall in love. He could do this. You could do anything you put your mind to. Don't ever let a kid that has a disability, don't ever let a parent, or don't ever let if you have a child with autism, don't as a parent hold your kid back. He can accomplish what he believes he can accomplish. Believe in him. All I'm telling you, parents, believe in him, because he can do it. He can do it. They got it. So for parents and kids, technique-wise, the important techniques, the important steps that you should take. I think being patient. That's very important. Being patient with your child, just being very understanding of what understanding that you're gonna have to talk to a lot of therapists. Try to reach out to other parents that have childs with autism. Try to reach out to them and ask them what they've done, what steps they've taken. Just try to focus on one thing at a time. Try to get your child to focus on one thing, whether it's a picture, whether it's a book. Try to get him to say one word at a time. It's like taking one step at a time.